Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at some more awesome grunt mecha from the Kyoukai Senki line. This is the Jo Hound. Previously we've taken a look at the Brady Hound, and it's similar in a lot of ways, but we'll see how it's different in today's review. Let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off, taking a look at the box art, just like with the Brady Hound, it features a very kind of real-world militaristic look there, with multiple units being able to be seen there in some ground warfare. It does look very cool. Taking a close-up look at this artwork, you can really appreciate all those subtle lighting effects around the mecha, and then just different effects going on there, weathering on there, everything. So once again, the painting on this looking very nice. On the side of the box, you can see this is number 09 in the lineup. And on the bottom of the box, there's a look at what the kit is going to look like when it's all built up, front and back. It very much looks like it's a cross-up of the Greys and the Tyrann had a baby, and this is what you got. But over here we got a look at some of the articulation, the gimmicks, the weapon, which is pretty simple there. There's not really too much there in terms of the weaponry with this one. You basically have its kind of rifle, and that's about it. But the eye in there, or the camera array, for it does look very interesting. On the other side, you got some series lineup, including the Brady Hound and the Brady Hound Brad exclusive, and then a little bit of an introduction into the series, and that's about it. So we can go ahead and get this opened up. We already built the Brady Hound, so it should be pretty much similar to that, but it's just gonna have some different parts, most notably in the torso area, I guess. On the manual here, the top part is just featuring the same box art. On the bottom, we've got some artwork of the design, which does look very cool. In the middle, this is once again just an introduction to the series about Kyoukai Senki. But on the back side, there's some more information about the Jo Hound, the rifle, and there you can see its parked state, which is basically just kneeling down. But otherwise, just kind of the same images we saw on the outside of the box there, photographs of the kit in different poses. We got the keyword down here, transition of North American MAMEs, and then our color guide down there at the bottom in Japanese and in English. Got a couple of color pages here, basically for just rounding out the last parts of the construction and how to transform it into its parked state. Otherwise, we got our parts list here in the front page, and then all the construction here on the inside. So we got no polycaps with this kit and hardly any stickers, as our forest sticker sheet here is just a couple little cameras, and that's about it. Runners A1 and A2 are in this brownish gray color for weapon parts, hand parts, and joint parts. Runners B1 and B2 are here in this kind of tannish brown color. Runners C1 and C2 are in a lighter yellowish tan color. Runner D1 is some more dark brownish gray parts for joints and backpack parts, stuff like that it looks like. Runner D1 is some more dark brownish gray colors there, and then runner D2 is a little bit of an off-white, slightly light gray color. And finally, runners E1 and E2 are going to be some more parts in that dark brownish gray color. Alright guys, here is the Jo Hound all built up. It's got that very awesome grunt, very militaristic, real world sort of mech warrior kind of looking vibe to it. Very nice, and it's going to look awesome once this is painted, and especially like all weathered up. It's going to be a really great kit for like dioramas and that type of thing. Also, frankly speaking, just a lot of really cool shapes going on there that could be really awesome for just kit bashing, so that would be another good purpose for picking up this kit, or multiples of them if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and get into the accessories and talk a little bit about the articulation and details of it. Accessory wise, it's going to be pretty simple. You basically have your open hands there, and then you have a set of holding hands, two of them, one for the left, one for the right. And then we have its rifle here with a couple of stickers there for the cameras on the top, and this just fits into the hand, but it's kind of held off to the side, so kind of cool look to that. This part here on the bottom could be removed if you want to get rid of that, for having that just being a little bit more simple looking. I'm sure there's probably different options that we'll be able to use for that, just not included here with this kit. But that handle will just slot down into your holding hand. Go ahead and pop that on the kit, and there you go. That is going to be about it. You can sort of move the mono-eye and actually close it for its transportation mode. You can see there's kind of two little levers in there which you can move from side to side. So when you move them together, they'll turn the entire kind of camera, sort of mono-eye I'm saying, but you guys get the idea. Turn them around to the other side and it's looking that way. Or you can separate them, move one and not the other one, and that will just totally close up the front of that, which is pretty cool. So it's a really interesting way to move around the camera lens there on the front. One other cool thing that you can do with these closed fist slash holding hands is you can actually slide this part up, so it acts as sort of like a brass knuckles melee punching weapon there, just part of the back of the hand. As for the articulation, we do have some up and down movement of this kind of head, side to side movement there as well. Even though it looks like it's just kind of fixed there with the torso, there is actually some nice movement there with that. The shoulders also have some pretty nice movement there, forward and back at this section between the sides of the body. You can also move those up all the way to there, and then the arm will extend up even further. Still, it's only to about like 90 degrees perpendicular to the body, but it looks like very cool. It just like the way that those sections extend out, it looks really nice. We have some rotation here at the top of the arm. Single joint there at the elbow, gonna give you a little bit more than 90 degrees. The hand is just on a ball joint there. Stomach section has a very nice ab crunch, forward, back, side to side, not really so much, but you got some rotation there. The front skirt flap here will move up and down. The back skirt as well will move up and down. These side skirt bits also move up and down. The hip joint will swing, and the whole thing will swing entirely to the front there or to the back. You have some rotation there. You can bring the leg all the way out to the side, all the way up to the front, no trouble with that. Bending the knee also is just a single joint, but you get a really nice range of movement out of that, and the extension of this kind of knee armor there, which does move a little bit like that, is pretty cool, which will look good for like kneeling poses or again when it's in its transportation mode. Moving down here to the ankle, that'll go back and front, side to side nicely as well. And then up underneath the feet, some nice detail there with this little claw here on the back also being able to move a little bit like so. As well with this piece of armor here on the back, you can move that up and down a little bit also. Then for a size and also compatibility comparison, here it is with the 1/44 scale entry grade Strike Gundam, and as you can see, the weapons actually work quite well for if you wanted to use these or the hand parts also on any of your 1/44 scale Gundam kits. The hand's going to be a little bit large for any 1/44 scale Gundams probably, but the size is going to be generally similar. Obviously the Jo Hound here going to be pretty bulky. Alright guys, so there you have it. We'll take a look at some different poses here with this kit, and honestly it's a really fun and very super simple kit to pose, even though there's a couple of points of articulation like we saw. The knee joint, the elbow joints are just single jointed, whereas like a lot of modern HGs, they're moving now to pretty much all entirely double joints in those areas like the elbows and the knees, and so those being single joints in this particular case, it does seem like that would hinder the articulation, but honestly not noticing any issues with the articulation whatsoever when it comes to just trying to do any of the poses that you might want to do with this kit. And it does, as you might expect, pose really nicely on the ground, so of course having it up on an action base will free you up for doing a lot of cool aerial poses, but just I think the design of it and just the way that it looks and the way that it moves around, it is one that's going to look really nice in just grounded poses. And I found that actually it's something that I know I've talked about a lot with a lot of the kits in this line, so it's kind of interesting. So even if you don't have an action base on hand, I think you'll be perfectly happy just keeping this one just on the ground. But let me know your guys' thoughts on it. What do you think about this kit? It makes for a really cool grunt suit, I think, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys want to check out any of the kits in this line, you can check them out at USA Gundam Store. The link to the store will be down in the video description below, so check that out. And thank you guys all so much for checking out the video here today. If you would like to like or subscribe as well, that'd be greatly appreciated. But until next time, hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.